EHS software market sees surge of AI releases in 2025. What EHS leaders should know before adopting AI, and the key questions every organization must ask. Throughout 2025, the EHS software market has experienced a wave of AI announcements, with vendors introducing agents, copilots, and automation layers aimed at reducing reporting burdens and improving risk visibility. These developments indicate a shift from isolated pilots to AI functioning within routine EHS workflows. The latest development comes from Cority, with its introduction of Cortex AI, a suite of embedded agents supported by a centralized control center. According to the company, the framework is designed to help organizations manage model selection, privacy settings, audit trails, and cost controls within a governed environment. Cordy notes that the system spans more than 25 operational risk areas and is intended to integrate into routine EHS workflows rather than operate as a standalone feature. Cordy's announcement arrives in a year where other major platforms, including Benchmark GenSuite, Velocity EHS, Intellect's HSIN solutions, have all released AI-driven enhancements. Across these launches, the focus ranges from agentic task automation to incident analysis, corrective actions, hazard prediction, data quality improvements, and independent AI safety certification. Collectively, these announcements reflect a more mature market that has moved beyond the experimentation phase to embed intelligence across inspections, incident reporting, compliance interpretation, chemical management workflows, document analysis, and clinical documentation. For EHS leaders, trust and governance now take priority. The critical question is no longer whether AI can support EHS tasks, but whether its outputs can be trusted inside regulated workflows. Executives consistently cite the same concerns. How do we validate an AI-generated hazard classification or corrective action? What audit trails exist if an incident investigation relies on AI-generated data? Can we control which models are used and what they access? Are these systems transparent enough for compliance scrutiny? This is where the industry's evolution is most visible. Cority's AI Control Center is one example of a governance-first approach, offering oversight of model configuration, data access settings, traceability, and AI usage metrics. Other vendors highlight human-in-the-loop validation or external certification frameworks to strengthen transparency. Across all of the 2025 launches, governance is emerging as the defining differentiator. Functionality may vary, but trust, auditability, and explainability are the attributes that determine whether organizations will deploy AI at scale. A market moving toward embedded, responsible AI. EHS teams are ready for deeper automation, particularly in areas such as inspections, incident write-ups, near-miss analysis, corrective actions, and compliance interpretation. At the same time, the broad range of vendor strategies suggests that AI maturity varies considerably across the market. Some platforms are pursuing multi-agent ecosystems, others are focusing on improving data quality or predicting high-severity risks. Meanwhile, safety science firms are beginning to introduce independent certification services for AI tools used in regulated environments. What unites these developments is the recognition that EHS operations require controls, transparency, and accountable design. The next stage of AI adoption will hinge not on who is first, but on which systems deliver reliable results, reduce workload, and meet regulatory expectations. The top 10 questions every EHS leader should ask before buying AI tools include: can we override or correct outputs, and how quickly can errors be fixed? How are audit requirements supported? Can the system show how an output was generated? Will the AI reduce workload or introduce new review steps? Ask to see real-time on-task data. How does the vendor prevent inaccurate incident classifications? Who has access to underlying data? Clarify internal users, model providers, and third parties. Will this replace current manual steps, and to what extent? How are foundation models chosen, and can they be restricted or changed? How is sensitive worker or clinical information handled? Can we view complete logs of AI activity for traceability? Is usage monitored so that costs remain controlled? Bottom line, AI is rapidly reshaping how EHS work gets done, and 2025 will be remembered as the year the sector shifted from experimentation to embedded capability. But as vendors expand the role of AI agents, the conversation within EHS organizations is increasingly focused on governance rather than hype. For corporate leaders evaluating these tools, the core questions remain. Can the AI be trusted? Can its decisions be traced? And does the platform provide enough oversight to ensure accuracy in environments where errors carry real safety, compliance, and reputational risks? Those answers, more than any individual feature, will determine which AI systems gain lasting traction across the EHS landscape.